Hello, Facebook Live. And hopefully, before very long, hello, YouTube Live as well. There we are, Facebook Live. If you want to ask a question, if you'd like to join in what has become the highlight of my day, the, the social distance social club. If you'd like to ask a question, bob over to my YouTube. On the YouTube channel, Carl Greenwood YouTube channel, on the description is the link that you need to get to if you'd like to ask a question. Otherwise, Facebook, feel free to watch and then just put your comments underneath, perhaps on the questions that other people come up. So let's just have a little look here. I think this is going nicely. I'll just put the link in the comments on the YouTube, copy that, put that there. Okay, there we are. There we are. So the link's in there. The YouTube is going, and I'm very, very, very excited about today's program because I've got a couple of exciting things going on. First of all, I need to put a little teaser out for the special May Day something that I've got planned. A May Day something that is secret, but I might just drop a little clue here and there. But I've been working on that along with Chris Lefab, who Chris Lefeb is his name, but I call him Chris Lefab because he's fabulous. All that techie stuff, Tech Explained. A little advert for you there, Chris. So yes, the May Day something is coming up. There's only 5 days. I'm very excited about that. Okay, if you want to ask a question, bob over to my YouTube. You might as well get started because this is going to go on all summer, and at some point you're going to want to ask a question. So get onto YouTube. It's possible that you may have to open a YouTube account, but hey, it's worth it. We need to get on and get going. Okay, so on my main computer screen here, I'm going to bob onto my YouTube. There we are, and we'll just expand that a little bit. Hopefully I can still see some comments. So what happens if you want to ask a question, you'll then get asked to, or you press on the link, you then go into the waiting room so that I'm not just talking to the camera, ignoring you completely. You can just sit quietly and watch the video, and then your computer will let you know when I've let you onto the screen. And of course, you'll see yourself let onto the screen as well. So hello, Rebecca. Pleased to see you. If anyone's got a question, there we are. Or if you're an expert in your own field, because I'm not just talking about rider confidence, I'm also talking about interneting your job, to transfer your job so that when we're in lockdown next time, we can be all prepared how to do that. So there we go. So we all prepared. If lockdown comes again, we've already got internet ready, armed to our income at the end of the day. Lots of people don't know what to do, and it's a worrying time. So I'm doing what I can to help that, but I'm no expert. I've just got my experience. I have the one thing that I've done. I've transferred myself from being a horse archery instructor, which is a very physical thing, and confidence coach, into an internet business, which is why I'm here on the internet chatting to you. So very exciting, very exciting. So what I've done, if I just look at my YouTube here, I got a question from Hilary Moses, who then I haven't seen her since, so I hope she doesn't miss this answer. And the question said, how do you grow your YouTube? So I assume, because I haven't got a chance to talk to you, Hilary, hopefully I will have, I haven't got any context. I don't know if you're a horse instructor or just a horse rider who happens to be following me, and then you're something else. I've got no context to it, so I'll do my best to answer the question anyway. So if I look on my YouTube here, okay, let's just have a look. How many followers have I got on my YouTube here? So the question was, I might have to open a new tab. The question was, how do you grow your YouTube? But because it came in text with no context, you could read that two ways. It could be, how do you grow your YouTube? in which case I'm not your man. As I say, I'm not an expert. I've just got my story. And if anything, my YouTube has been pushed aside because Facebook has been so responsive to me. So I'm not the one to ask. The one to ask is a chap called Google, and you can Google how to grow your YouTube. If, however, you weren't asking how do you grow your YouTube, and you were asking how do you grow your YouTube? In other words, how am I growing my YouTube? Then of course I have got my story, and I'm going to share that with you now. Firstly, I haven't been doing it enough. I've concentrated on Facebook. I have got Facebook following, which is nice. There's about 7,000 people on this page. And then we've got the Centre of Horseback Combat got its page for the activities that we do here. That's got about 11,000 on. The Rider Confidence course has got its own page with about 2,000 on. And then the shows have got their own page as well. So if I look here at my YouTube, I have been neglecting because I haven't got anything like those numbers. I hope you're all impressed with those numbers. 11,000 on this page, 7,000 on that page. All sounds great. I've got an email list as well that I built through my Facebook following of about 12,000. And I look on my YouTube now and I've got 474. So that's how much I haven't been paying attention to my YouTube. However, this is why I'm very excited today about the social club, because just before I went on, I programmed my email to send out an email now. Actually, I'm 3 minutes late. So live, the email should be sending, and during the course of this program, 12,000 people are going to get an email saying, I'm doing a Q&A on YouTube. This is what you need to do to join in. It's free consultations. It's going to go on for as long as the coronavirus is going to go on. I've taken to saying coronavirus because it just sounds a bit more Latinized and it annoys my wife. There we are. So coronavirus. And of course, the plural of coronavirus is as the singular of ravioli is raviolus and the singular of spaghetti is spaghettus. So the plural of coronavirus is coronavirus. So you can annoy your friends as well with all of the above. Anyway, during this coronavirus crisis, I had to do these to entertain myself. During this coronavirus crisis, I will be doing these free consultations because why not? I'm locked in, you're locked in. At least I can do is try and help people get their confidence through the roof so that when you do get to ride your horses again and the events are on again and perhaps lockdown's over, we can have our confidence through the roof and running. So this is free consultations, might never happen after this summer, but it's happening now. So I've sent an email going, this is happening now. Get on it. You have to get on the YouTube. You have to ring the little bell. You have to just wait and watch this and click on the link and I'll answer your questions if that makes sense. I've done that live. As an answer to Hilary Moses' question, what are you doing about your YouTube? And this is what I'm doing. So it's going live. I've got 474 subscribers now. 12,000 emails have just gone out 5 minutes ago. So we'll see how that goes. It's a genuine social media, social experiment happening right now. So I'm just going to bob over to my YouTube here. They have 474. Let's see if anybody's lined up for a question. So I need to expand that a little bit. So it will give me an option then to have a look in the waiting room. Oh, no one's asking a question yet. Ah, okay then. So, and of course, it's always possible that no one's going to come on and ask a question. So I'm simply going to tell an anecdote, and if nobody's come on to ask a question at the end of that, that'll be the end of the broadcast. So, and oh, you don't have to ask a question if you're an expert in social media, YouTube. If you're an expert in Zoom, you come on and tell me the mistakes I'm making. I'd be absolutely pleased. Lovely. So we're dealing with rider confidence, my experiences with turning my bricks and mortar business into a internet arm of the business. It's tiny compared, but at least it's there. Conundrums from lockdown, mental coping strategies that we can use, and any other business. There we are. So what I want to explain is these broadcasts and the way that I'm actually falling my way through it and puzzling my way through it. Even over these 4 days, I've learned such a lot that it's when someone in the future says, I'm worried about starting my internet live YouTube, Zoom questions and answers thing, I've actually got it on record right now. I've recorded it all the awkward technology silences while I try and work out what to do. Everything is recorded. So these last 3 days of episodes, once I actually am comfortable with what I'm doing and the YouTube's rocking nicely and interfacing with the Facebook well, and we've got both groups going nicely, I'll be able to point to these and say, look at these first episodes. Look at me trying to get the YouTube to work, trying to get the Zoom to work, the day that it didn't work on Facebook, and so on and so on. Literally to document my own awkwardness, my own doubt, my own. I've got a philosophy from my horse riding, which is when you try something, you either succeed or you learn. There's a famous anecdote about Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, who tried many thousands of times to invent the light bulb, and he couldn't get each one to last more than a few seconds. And his associates were saying, you've failed thousands of times. And he just said, I haven't failed once. I've learned thousands of times that it doesn't work. So you either succeed or you learn. And it's all right me being absolutely fine with horses and confidence, and I am confident on a horse because it happens to be my job. I'm not confident at technology, I wasn't confident when I first wrote my book. I wasn't confident when I first did my videos. I wasn't confident when I first started to announce myself on the internet, put myself up for criticism, put myself up for other people's opinions. No, not confident at all. But of course, you didn't see that. You just saw me popping up and giving it a go. And it could have gone either way. So I thought, right now, I'm going to do my questions and answers. I'm going to broadcast it live. You can see my discomfort. You can see my awkwardness. You can see me failing. And look, I just stumbled over my words then because I'm not so polished at it. And that will be such a resource in the future for people who are feeling doubtful. Would I be able to run any rider confidence seminars by a webinar? I suppose I could. Yeah, you can have about 100 people. Yeah. In a way, I suppose that's what I'm doing now, because the philosophy is the philosophy. If you've read the book, you've heard the philosophy, and I go into it in a bit more detail, but basically it's the contents of my book. If I better do an advert for the book. If you want the bestest book on increasing your rider confidence that's ever been written, then I don't know where that is, but I've written a book as well, and you can get mine. It's called Control Your Stress and Enjoy Your Horse. You can get it from www.carlgreenwood.co.uk, or if you want it in Kindle form straight away to read it right now, you can go to Amazon and get it in Kindle form. Control Your Stress and Enjoy Your Horse by Carl Greenwood. Read that book, and then here we are right now. This is a webinar, isn't it? You get to jump on, you get to ask your questions. The discussions at the end of my seminars, the discussions at the end, the questions and answers and discussions is the best bit. I can't wait to get there. I've got my presentation before, which is a couple of hours long, and then we're just into taking what is basic and simple philosophy, but how does this apply to my situation? How does this apply to my horse? How does this apply to me? How does this apply to the way my brain works? And then you get people popping up and saying, what you were saying about such and such resonates so well because, and then they'll tell their story. And that's an enormous amount of value. And that's what I'm doing right now. One of the great examples that I have is how family can often be quite a big dream killer. And you've got your family saying, oh, you don't bounce like you used to, you don't heal like you used to, are you being responsible? You've got the kids to think about now, and generally destroying your confidence. And if you happen to be off doing something else around the house and they're watching accident and emergency, they can watch 100 motorbikes that the helicopter comes and gets and 100 cars that the helicopter comes and gets, and then someone's fallen off a horse, the helicopter comes, and they will call you to say, see, look, there's someone fallen off a horse, look at them wiggling around. And they'll literally call you. And families, in an attempt to be caring, or maybe not, sometimes just in an attempt to slaughter your confidence, depends what family you got. And anyway, this is a big section, other people's opinions, a big section. And at the end of the talk, this chap and his wife came up and he just said, oh, I really want to thank you because I've realized that I'm doing that to my wife. It was amazing. It was really amazing. So the questions and answers at the end can be absolutely super. But then this is what I'm doing now. This is exactly how it would feel to do a webinar. You come on, you ask your question, but of course you need to read the book. But yes, I don't see why not. I could do a paid webinar, couldn't I? Where you pay a fee and you get it private as opposed to having it streamed over YouTube. And then people have got an option. If you know, either way, you've got my undivided attention, so you don't get any more value in that way. But yeah, if you've got no money, and because money's tight, this is partly why I'm doing this. Money's tight, and there we are. So if you've got a question and you want it for free, come onto YouTube, and what I get out of it is the value of people interacting with my program, which is nice, which will increase my subscribers. And if you don't want to go to that effort, then I suppose, yeah, I could do a paid webinar. Yeah, very good idea. Thank you very much. Lovely. So let's see if anybody's at home. No one's come on to ask a question yet. Now, I wonder why not. Does that mean it's not working, or does that mean that you're all feeling shy? Let's have a little look over to the questions and answers. Anyone on YouTube, just give me a little hello if you are, so that I know. Where's my YouTube gone? Managed to turn it off. There we are, live now. Oh, 11 people are watching, so yeah, it is working. There we are. Let's turn that sound off so that I don't get that. Oh, there's loads of comments going down here. Why is it? Hello. Okay, lovely. Oh, there's loads of questions coming. It's no good writing the questions. Otherwise, right, okay. If we're going to go to written questions, the broadcast is going to look like this. I don't know if you've watched many interviews like on the telly or listened to interviews on the radio, but that makes really poor content. obviously the Facebook page is there and there's comments underneath and you can write your questions there. If I have time, I'll come to them. Morning, morning, morning. Okay, so that's working, and let's just check. I've put, yep, the Zoom is at the top in the comments. I'll put it again now. There's the Zoom if anybody wants to join. And for anybody who's joined late, let's just pop that onto Zoom again so I can see if anybody's in the waiting room. But anybody who's joined later, I've got 2 exciting things happening now-ish. The May Day special something is in the process. I'm very excited. I said I was going to give a clue, and here's the clue. Cardinal Rishu won't like it. There's the clue, so you can guess what the May Day special something is. And the other very exciting thing was I got a question, how do I increase my YouTube? And I didn't know if the question meant how does one increase one's YouTube, in which case go to Google because I'm no expert. How do I increase my YouTube? Well, the fact is I've neglected it, which is partly why I'm doing these lives now. And as part of this live, I started off with 474 subscribers, which has been more or less the same for quite a long time. And I've just sent an email to my 12,000 email list saying, so if you're on my email list, then have a look in your box, see if that's arrived yet. And it's saying, I am doing these live free consultations. If you've got a question, get on. This is what you have to do. You have to go onto YouTube, ring the little bell, become a subscriber, join me here and ask the question. So as a strategy, I am super excited that this is, even if it doesn't work, I'm super excited that I'm here live with you all week, and we'll see whether or not that works very well at all. Okay. Lovely. Okay, so as part of the excitement, so I've been broadcasting now for 20 minutes. Nobody's got a question. Now this is jolly interesting. So it looks like I'm going to ring off with no guests to come on and ask questions or offer advice. So whilst that's not the idea of the show, it does put me in quite a nice position that in the future, when people say, I've tried this and it hasn't worked, I've tried this and it hasn't worked, I'll be able to point to this very episode and say, look, I tried that, it didn't work. However, I'm going to persist. This is going to be a service that is here to be used, and we'll see whether or not it works. So having said that, there's still no one wants to join. So I hope you've enjoyed the show, and possibly we'll join again tomorrow. Didn't work, lucky. Okay, lovely.